So we now have a lovely lady, Louise J. Morgan, who's going to come and talk about fibromyalgia and the difficult journey of that. Anthony, would you mind helping Louise to the stage? So, and she's had a horrendous journey here. She's come from Gloucestershire. And I think it was about 3 changes on the train, so you'll probably be exhausted before you start. But she was really determined to come.
I will apologise first. I'm not fantastic at making speeches. I don't do statistics, I just talk. So I will start. Firstly, I would like to say thank you for inviting me to speak, and thank you, Natalie, for everything that you do. And this is so beautiful. It's really beautiful. I'm really honoured. My name is Louise Lopez, but also known as Louise Morgan on social media and from a reality TV show called 90 Day Fiancé UK. So technically I shouldn't be nervous and shaking right now, but fibromyalgia means so much to me and is so important to express how hidden disabilities affect people that I'm actually shaking. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia around 12 years ago. Before the diagnosis, I went to the doctors on and off for around 2 years. They sent me off to lots of different doctors, specialists, different blood tests. Some of the doctors even said to me, you know, there's nothing actually wrong with you. You're not in pain, maybe if you've lost weight, you know, other things that I should try to do until they actually gave me the diagnosis of fibromyalgia. Living with a hidden disability has affected my life in lots of different ways. You can't see the pain from the outside, you can't see the problems it causes, the brain fog, which I always describe to people, it comes across as if you've had too many glasses of wine. Your speech is funny and you really have to think about the words that are coming out of your mouth, which is really hard sometimes to even have a conversation with people. Excuse me. And also the vertigo issues, the bladder and the stomach issues that you get with fibromyalgia. I feel like I have spent the majority of my fibromyalgia diagnosis explaining to people how bad I actually feel. And always trying to be as descriptive as possible for people to understand that even though I may look okay, I may come across okay, that today I've done that, I've done it in pain. I've done it with nausea, vertigo, electric shocks in my feet and in my hands, and it is absolutely physically and mentally exhausting. And having to each time to explain to somebody, I'm so sorry, I understand you can't see or feel my pain, but this is real. What I feel is real. Excuse me. And also explaining to somebody as well that you can have a baseline of pain, but you will push yourself beyond your limits, which things just as simple as having a shower or getting lunch, or even sometimes getting out of the bed can actually give you a flare and will leave you unable to function normally. I also feel that a lot of people, the majority of people with hidden disabilities, push themselves just to try to live a normal life, knowing that the next day or hour they will pay for pushing themselves or have a flare. The discrimination against hidden disabilities. Can I have the slides with the trolls and the bullying? Did that come on? I wasn't too sure if that was on. Okay, thank you. The discrimination against hidden disabilities is really disgusting. I myself have faced so much discrimination and sheer arrogance from people, which is so upsetting and wrong. And it makes you feel so bad about yourself that your mental health is so affected. As I said before, I have been in a show for 2 seasons called 90 Day Fiancé UK, which was extremely challenging for me to do with my hidden disabilities. And the crew had to learn about my brain fog, certain seats, how certain things increase my pain, and if I had a flare, how I would have to stop what I was doing. And being in the public eye, I have had endless amounts of trolls, being mocked, and even doubts about my diagnosis. I feel that that affects everybody who has a hidden disability. Another example would be me. I remember parking and being told by even other disabled people, "You don't look sick. You don't have a disability, you need to move now." And that was days where I really wanted to go out with my family, I really wanted to be with them, and the pain was so bad, and I needed support, and other people made me feel so small, and it made me not want to go out, it made me not want to use my blue badge, or it made me want to crawl into a hole, and it makes you feel so isolated. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to help and be a voice, is for people who have had their disabilities doubted. We need a change. People need to understand more about hidden disabilities and the effects it has on us and the people around us and our loved ones. The fluctuations sometimes can quickly happen without warning and can change so much from day to day or minute to minute. 1 minute, I may need a walking aid, a wheelchair, a mobility scooter, and maybe the next day I don't. And this should be more understood by people. People with hidden disabilities are made to feel bad sometimes for living and coping the best way that they can. I apologise. We should not be made to feel bad about living to cope, living to deal with different things, or I say I live in a bubble. When I'm in my bubble, I can't do too much. I know I must stay in my bubble, otherwise my pain will get too high and I will have a flare for a really long time. And all I can manage for that day is a shower, sitting down with my family and giving them my time. But sometimes I feel guilty for that, and I am also hard on myself. And learning that I can is extremely hard. I have had people say to me that fibromyalgia is not real. I have lost friends where they thought I was not making an effort to be with them. I have felt isolated and mocked and alone. And I don't think anybody has ever asked to have a hidden disability. It's not anything that anybody would want. And yes, the fluctuations are sometimes very huge with fibromyalgia, but again, it does not make it any less real. There are lots of symptoms that can't be seen. Like I said before, there's even hypersensitivity, nausea, stomach and bladder issues, and so much more. I really hope we can make a change and help people with hidden disabilities to be understood, to feel heard and supported. Thank you all for listening, and thank you for Natalie, and thank you for this beautiful ball.